Good evening, all, and I am back, the mental health warrior, and we're here to break the stigma of not only mental health but disability discrimination as well, and to celebrate Autism Awareness Month. I am joined for the very first time by Jimmy Clare. He is an autism advocate, motivational speaker, author, and the founder of CrazyFitnessGuy at www.crazyfitnessguy.com. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
You are most welcome. It's a privilege to actually have you on tonight. Now, I'm going to start with some quick fire questions for you. Just a quick one, whatever comes to me. I'm going to say, do you prefer fruit or vegetables?
I kind of a mix of both.
Okay. Water or pop?
I don't drink any.
Okay, fair enough. What about caffeine or alcohol?
I drink neither.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Favorite season?
Summer.
Okay. Favorite day of the week?
Friday.
Friday's today. Hey, caught you on the right day. Now, I'll stop there. So tell the viewers a little bit about who Jimmy is.
I feel like I'm a third person. Where do I start?
Brilliant.
I'm the founder of CrazyFitnessGuy.com. I've been up and running for almost 4 years. It would be 4 years this coming Monday. I would like to say that they were all perfect years, but I'd be lying to my teeth. I mean, I'm grateful for being up and running for 4 years. There was a lot of struggle in the beginning. And for people who have been following me since the beginning, you know what I mean. Yikes. And I'm also a podcaster. I've run my own podcast called Crazy Fitness Guy Healthy Living Podcast. That's also be reaching a first milestone of being up and running for 1 year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm also a motivational speaker. I've spoken to 750,000 people online. I wish that was in person. It'd be nice if it was in person. That would be flipping awesome. But thanks, pandemic.
I know. But hey, something positive has come out of it because we've connected with each other.
So true. And who knows? Maybe in my next milestone, I'll get to talk to 1 million people.
Hey, anything's possible if you believe it.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about you. Like, what was you like growing up?
Growing up, for me, I'm on the autistic spectrum, slightly autistic, and I like to refer to slightly autistic because I'm more high functioning. So I'm more independent than others, but I still think that being autistic, I think everybody on the autism spectrum can still live a fulfilling life. We just need the right tools and the right resources. And I can talk to you more about that later. But I got bullied in elementary school all the way into high school. And I had different bullies throughout elementary school and all the way up to high school. And I absolutely hated school. And I think the only good thing that came out of bullying was that it gave me a story and a platform to be on, and so I don't think I could be a motivational speaker without a story. That would be pretty crappy. I wouldn't even want to say that. I was like, Jan, wake me up when it's over.
Absolutely. So, what age did you find out you was autistic, and what was your response?
Well, my parents found out technically before me. They found out when I was in 3rd or 4th grade. But
What
the
year is
doctor,
that? Because we're in the UK, so we don't know.
for me, I think maybe I would be 8, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
The doctor basically like just kind of talked to my parents, even though I was in the room. But I think I had my head buried in my video games at the time, and I didn't really care. I didn't, and even if I did care, I didn't know what that meant anyway. I was
You like my son
well, and I don't know how was I supposed to know at the time. So then, basically, I didn't find out until I started going to my own IEP meetings. I forget what the IEP stands for. I googled it once, but not that I really cared what it meant for. But it's like individual education plan, I believe. I could be wrong. And basically,
individual education plan.
Oh, good, I was right. Woohoo! So yeah, so when I went to my own meetings in high school, they want me a part of that, even though I never got to decide anything in it. I was like, wait, I thought it had to be like I thought I had to be like some kind of politician to go to my own meetings to do absolutely nothing. That was really fun.
Yeah. See, with my son, he's 9 years old. We describe him as 9-year-old Isaac Newton because he's that clever. He's a genius. When he was in receptions, when he was about 3-4 years old, he could do the 13 times tables back to back. And he's actually on the high spectrum as well. So yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? How autistic people were so misunderstood when it comes to today's society.
Definitely. And I would also say I think even when I was in my own meetings, I kind of really didn't really want. I didn't want to be there because I didn't get to decide anything on how to structure this education plan. It's like, oh well, you can sit in, but you just listen. So you want me to be part of my own meeting, but I don't get to decide what's good for me. Okay, that's lovely. I was like, this system is stupid.
I know that's why people with autism actually fall through the cracks every single day. And obviously, like I said last night, when it comes to school exclusions, just here in the UK alone, 27% of kids are getting excluded who do have autism over the 4% that don't have autism.
Jeez. And honestly, I didn't even. Plus, I don't think I even found out until I started doing my own research, like when I was going into college, because then I knew I was different sometime when I was in high school, but then I didn't do my research until when I wanted to go to college, and I just wanted to discover what autism meant, and 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 what made me different. But I didn't
Yeah.
really care when I was back in public school because I was like, don't care. I'm human.
Yeah.
I learn differently. So well,
Absolutely.
everyone
Absolutely.
learns differently.
Oh yeah. I won't say differently. I'd say we're all unique in our own way. And so, what would you like? Because to someone who doesn't have autism, to somebody that does, they process information different. So, we all come across teachers that talk slow, talk reasonable, but then we get other teachers that talk fast. So, isn't it uncomfortable?
Yeah, definitely uncomfortable. When I've been asked many, I've been asked times when people is like, "Hey, can you speed up what you're gonna say?" I'm like, "Sorry, my brain doesn't work that way."
Exactly.
I was like, "You might have missed a memo." Uh, Sometimes I have to take a break and pause between what I want to say, and if somebody interrupts me, my train of thought is like, "Oh, thanks." Not, I had no clue what I was saying.
Exactly. Exactly. And obviously, too much information can cause sensory overloads.
Yeah, it's my funny thing you said about you say that because just the other day I had this honestly I didn't know how many profiles I exactly had until I mean not even just on social media but from just other, like bios on other websites, etc. And when I counted all of them, it was like, how do I keep track of all this? How do I keep updated it all up to date and current? And I was like googling the heck out of it yesterday, and the last few days I just feeling like stressed because it's like, okay, if I'm managing all my profiles and then I have Crazy Fitness Guys profiles. How do I going to keep all this up to date? Because it's like if I update one, I have to update the other, and if one changes, I have to change the others, and it becomes a big cluster fudge. And so finally, I decided I'm making a spreadsheet to keep track of the descriptions. I mean the bio part and the connected accounts to it. So then it's like, okay, I'm going to make sure that's consistent across everywhere. And if it's not consistent, my brain is going to go, whoop, 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 whoop. I have no idea.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, exams, what they call them in America, you came away with good grades, didn't you?
Yeah. So far, I've gotten all A's in college so far. Uh, High school, I got A's, a lot of A's, B's. I got one F because a teacher failed me because I was sick for a final,
Oh,
and I was like, I should be able to still get uh, at least a makeup, and I'm just like, nope, no makeup, and it's like, yeah, good luck keeping your job, but I don't think she kept her job.
it is. So, my question to you is
I could be
why
wrong
do you.
because I haven't seen her ever again, but
So, my question. See, you're making me lose my train of thought now. So, my question to you is why do you think people are so misunderstood when it comes to autism?
I think it's because people don't know what to say. When you tell someone that you have an autistic son or I'm autistic, I think people start thinking, it's like, what do I say to this person?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Or what do you want from me? Or, and it's like, do you want me to give you a handout? Or, and I was like, no, but I want you to be patient with me. So if I'm not coming up with boom, 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 here's an answer here and there, I can't just spitfire stuff at you. I mean, if I, like, I can spitfire if it's a topic I know about, like autism, but if it's like something about, oh, I'm gonna have to write something, I have to write a blog post or for my website, and I give myself like 3 or 4 days to write it because not all the words in my head is gonna come to me right and right on the
Exactly.
paper. I can't just sit down in one day. I'm gonna write a 1,500 word post. Not gonna happen. I need breaks. I need to get the juices flowing in my head again.
Yeah, because with my son, he hates writing. He does. He cannot stand it. And when we was homeschooling him, he always wanted to do just maths, nothing else. Because he hated English because he knew it was coming to writing, and he did a lovely piece of writing at one point, but he had to do 6 paragraphs. He wrote 2 paragraphs, but then he typed 4. Would you say that's linked to autism?
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, fair enough. See, I'm still learning. I'm still learning when it comes to autism. So this leads me on to obviously when you experienced a sensory overload. What was your response like for the viewers? What can a sensory overload feel like? What can it be compared to?
Well, for me, like I usually when I feel overwhelmed, I literally start shutting down. And for me, I like to explain what a sensory overload is. For me, is it's kind of just like shutting the lights off at night, and my brain just like immediately like flicks the switch off and it's like, I'm done. And then if somebody keeps on like giving me more information, it's like, no, I'm really done. It's like, let me get the hell out of here.
Hmm.
And I'll give you an example. I was watching this webinar the other day, and this one person kept on talking about this new feature that Google's rolling out. And but then I heard from someone else that worked at Google that this is not going to like count as a ranking factor for websites until like later on, or maybe not at all. And I was like, okay, so who do I believe, the people at Google or this person at this webinar that he says he knows what he's doing? And it's like, well, I could say I know what I'm doing, but it doesn't necessarily means that it's true, which is which I would never do. I mean, I'm always truthful. If I don't know what I'm doing, I would tell you if I don't know what I'm doing. I'm brutally honest on social media about myself. Is like, if I told you I broke my own, I when I had my first mobile app for my website, when I broke it, I admit that I broke it. And it was not like, oh, I blamed it on this person. It's my fault. I broke it. I got rid of it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm not a developer. There's not one single bio that I ever had on social media that says, I'm a developer. Nope.
No.
Can't lie about that one.
So, obviously, with mental health, autism is connected to anxiety. So, would you say a meltdown, like when an autistic person goes into crisis, would you say that can be compared to I've lost it now. Would you say it could be compared to an anxiety attack?
I would say worse.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say worse is because, at least that was the way for me, is because when I had a meltdown, I tended to rip up stuff.
Okay.
And I mean, not like anyone else's stuff, my own stuff. Like if it was in my desk in school, I ripped it up. Uh, I mean, and this could be like graded assignments already that I had and was handed back to me. I didn't care for them. I ripped them up. Uh, I threw stuff across my room. Nothing heavy to break anything. It was more like a piece of paper or a pencil. Sometimes I broke pencils because I don't know. I guess that means I just absolutely hate writing with pencils. I don't know.
Right. Okay.
But I just
Because
started to be. I don't know why I did any of that stuff, but I asked myself that constantly. If you knew, basically for me, I like to tell people an autism meltdown is basically like a nuclear bomb going on in the back of my brain.
yeah, because my son, well, he did have them regularly, and like he's only 9, but I said this was about 4 years ago. So when he was 5, maybe 6, he got that much in crisis. He picked up a set of drawers from his bedroom and he lobbed them down the stairs.
Jeez.
Yeah. So when it comes to, because the unpredictable when it comes to autism, you don't know when a meltdown's coming. Nobody does. And that's why I believe we live in a discriminating world, because they always think autistic people are stupid and they won't rise to anything.
I would say that. There's some people who think that, and it's like, just because we learn differently doesn't mean we're stupid.
No.
You might be, for instance, good at learning by reading directions. I'm better at learning by doing with my hands or actually following along with the video. I'm a visual learner. I'm also better at doing stuff by practicing it, not just, okay, I'm going to read about this whole thing and then I'm going to go kind of practice it, but then I'm going to come back and read some more about this, because it's not going to work that way.
Absolutely. And like when my son was on, he wasn't even 2 years old at the time, and they're very creative, are autistic kids, very creative. And I wasn't happy at first when he was doing it, because he started drawing all over the walls with pen, and I gave myself a bit of reality check that I'm thinking, right, okay, because he's doing it repeatedly, constant, we see what he is actually drawing at this time. So we looked there, me and my partner, we just stood there watching him, and then when he finished, we just stood there for over an hour thinking, what the hell has he drawn? So we looked on Google and we tried comparing the shape. It turned out he actually drew London Bridge.
Jeez.
And it wasn't even 2.
That's impressive.
It is. And he told me he wants to be an architect when he's older. So I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. He just keeps bugging me because he wants a YouTube channel. I'm like, you're only 9, mate. You're only 9. Too young.
Hey, I met this person who said that she got her. I think it said that her kid is in kindergarten, and she put him on YouTube, and he has his own YouTube channel. I was like, really?
And how old is it?
I forget how old, but there's like but yeah, he has all of his classmates are in awe, and he has so many subscribers, and it's like he's being me in subscribers. What the heck?
It is. It's just absolutely crazy. And now my son wants to learn about mental health, which I think is absolutely fantastic. He keeps saying that he's got mental health. I'm like, maybe, yeah, but you're not showing it because you're talking to a qualified advocate here. So yeah. Anyway, so who would you see growing up? Who would you see as your idol, your role model?
I don't think I don't know if I had a role model back then. I think if I had to say if I had a role model, I think it would be my 7th grade teacher in middle school, who was also my 8th grade teacher. It's because she didn't tolerate procrastination. She didn't. She always wanted to help people. She always wanted to. She always was helpful to me when I was having a bad day or a rough day. It's funny, when I was going into college and I needed to take the intro math class because I didn't have the college-based math in high school or middle school because I didn't know if I wanted to go to college back then. I was totally unprepared. That's my fault because I absolutely said I never was going to go to college, but that happened 3 years later after I finished high school. But basically, I decided I wanted to. But she's basically was a role model because she always helped me through my tough days, and when I first started college, she said she started helping me with tutoring me in math and everything. And what's cool, like even the days when I was just going like through the motions, like there were times where I didn't even have to say what was on my mind. She basically, she knew there was something bugging me, even if I didn't come out right away about it or anything. Like, she didn't even have to ask me how I was doing. It's like, something wrong, Jimmy? And it's like, okay, I didn't even say anything. And it's like, how did you know? And it's like, how long do I know you? And it's like, one too many years.
Exactly.
But yeah, she just like picked up on it. Like sometimes, like, I love my parents dearly, but there's sometimes where I feel like I always had to tell them when I'm in an annoyed mood or anything, or they know when I got in an annoyed mood because I'm grumpy. But I always have to tell them what was going on. But it's like with her, my teacher and my tutor, and now she's my friend. It's like, well, she just picked up on everything. And it's like, you seem off today. And it's like, okay, even I didn't know that until I started journaling at night. And it's like, okay, even I don't even know when I'm ticked off until.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
She's a mind reader.
Oh, I know. So, when it comes to foods, would you say you've got an obsession with a particular food?
Sushi.
There you go. Let me guess, you can eat that every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because my son is he's obsessed with pizza, but at the minute he's obsessed with pot noodles. He's literally that obsessed with them. Obviously, when you pour the water in it, he can handle heat. Oh yeah, he can handle heat, all right. And he eats it, but then when it comes to the liquid, when that's left, he drinks it. But yeah, again, I can't say much because I do the same.
Well, that's funny. How I got into eating sushi is that when I forget how old I was back then, but when we went on a field trip in my class to our local supermarket, and this person was making sushi behind the counter, and they were giving they were going to give very free samples that day of sushi just for us to try it for just our class. And no, and the teacher asked, "Is like, who wants to try a piece?" No one raised their hand but me, and so she was ready to uh, she was ready to she was ready to have me spit it out on the floor or in her hand. I ate it, and everybody's like, "Yeah, you just ate fish." And it's like, so. I was like, "It was good fish," and it's like, "You're disgusting." And like, "Cool, I'm disgusting. Woohoo!"
Exactly. See, I was told growing up when I was in nursery that there was a full class. I said there was about 10 kids, and it came to Christmas dinner in nursery, and there was a bowl of sprouts there, Brussels sprouts, and no child would touch it. So I ate the lot. But the reason I'm bringing that up because I've been told I'm on the spectrum also, and I'm actually getting assessed this coming Tuesday for on the high spectrum as well. I'm being assessed. 30 years old, and I'm only just being assessed for it now. So, what's one piece of advice would you actually give me for when I do actually go through this assessment?
I would say, since I don't remember the assessment when I got diagnosed, I would say, be happy with who you are. Who cares if you learn differently than others?
Mm-hmm.
For me, like, I had so many different. I had doctors who told me I was not going to be able to read more. I wouldn't be able to read higher than a second grade level.
Okay.
I'm in college. I'm reading college level material. I'm reading is one of my strong suits. I literally tick off companies, and I literally tick off people at my bank when I read so many different forums. And it's like, I was like, "You really can read all of that?" Well, I guess I can walk out the door and go down to the other place down the street if you like. And it's like, no, take your time. It's like, "Oh, yeah, that's so." And
Yeah.
I'm one of those people who just I read a lot of everything, and no one can just like swipe something on the rug and it's like, "Oh no, no." I was like, "No," it's like, "You don't have to read that stuff." And it's like, "Okay, well, if I'm not going to read the stuff, I'll just go down to the other place then." And I just don't like when the companies just put it in this fine little print, and it's like, "You're going to have to pay X amount of dollars for this and that, and we ding you on this." And it's like, wait. I'm not doing this.
Exactly.
And yeah, so I had doctors who told me I wouldn't be able to read higher than a second grade level. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to go to college when I got older. I just had a long list of no's and a lot of, and I would love to meet those doctors when I was younger because I was like, yeah, now look at me. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a small business owner, and can't stop me.
Exactly. And you know what? You're doing an absolute wonderful job of it.
Thank you.
So let's go on to you becoming an author for the very first time. How do you feel about that?
Well, I co-authored a book with someone, another podcaster I met on Facebook, and I can't really say much about the book because it's her book that I co-authored with, and it'd be unfair for me to talk about her book.
Okay.
All I know is something about autism, and that's my honest truth. And so, so basically, I'm not really sure what it's about. So, can't quiz me there.
No. I won't. No.
But it was a nice. I was really honored that she thought of me to be a co-author of her book, and I would love to have my own book for myself one day, and but and even when I didn't have, even when I was not co-authoring with someone, I want the title author for myself because if I ever ventured into there got a co-author opportunity, I didn't want to say Jimmy Clare is a motivational speaker, autism advocate, blogger. Sound like I'm a hobbyist. And it's like, no, I'm in this. It's either I'm in or I'm out.
Yeah.
And I'm putting myself in.
Exactly.
And you want I could say technically, all my stuff on my website is I'm an author of all my stuff on my website. It's just a never-ending book.
Yeah, that's where I was actually going to get to. So, despite all them challenges you face growing up, what was your reaction when you've decided I'm going to build myself a website?
I think the reaction was that I was crazy at first. I mean, the good crazy, not the I'm psycho crazy.
It's all right because I call myself a lunatic sometimes. Oh well.
But there was like how I got into the whole website thing was I was at near the end of my semester in college with my English class, and my English teacher said, the only way for you to become a better writer is to continue writing over and over and over again. And you'll do something over and over again if you like doing it and if you're held accountable.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go write on a piece of paper with pen and pencil because my handwriting, I think a 2-year-old's handwriting would be better than mine. Mine is all scribble, scrabble. Sometimes I can't even read my own handwriting because it gets either too big or too small. And I'm like, I can't do this. And so for me, I knew, okay, so I'm not going to do the piece of paper or anything. So how can I do this? And so then I decided, okay, I'm going to go create a website. I think I would have been further along if I never ever went on WordPress whatsoever. But and it's not a bash against WordPress at all.
Are you sure?
No,
No.
it's not a bash to WordPress because it wasn't right for me because, like I told you, I'm not a developer, and when things broke, I didn't have anybody to go to. I have me and a hosting company that sometimes help, and sometimes like, well, you're on your own. I'm like, what do I pay you for?
Exactly.
Besides hosting my website that seems to go down every other week,
Exactly.
and they didn't like me for that, but
Oh,
I
right.
tell them the brutalest truth.
Exactly. Right. So my final question for you, Jimmy. You have faced many, many challenges in your life, from being bullied to, well, everything. So, if you had one bit of feedback to, if your like viewers or them bullies are watching right now or watching on the replay, what would you say to them right now?
I would say, thanks for making me who I am today. I'm going to be going. The only place for me in this world is for me to go up, not down. And if you want to be a bully, bullies are not going to work in this world because it doesn't work. And if you and I think, yeah, I don't think no one should ever bully each other. It doesn't work. We should all get along.
Exactly. No, you know what? You're accurate. Accurate, and I totally sympathise with that. Absolutely. So, on that note, I'm not going to keep you. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
You are most welcome, and thank you to all the viewers that are tuned in tonight and will be tuning in on the replay. Please tell me who you are, where you're tuning from, and let's hear your story. So now I will be ending this podcast. This is me now signing off for the next week. I will be back on Monday the 19th of April because I need some self-care myself. So I hope people don't miss me too much.
I'm going to miss you already.
Anyway, I will keep you in the loop on what happens on Tuesday when I get assessed for autism. And let's just stop discriminating autistic kids, autistic men, autistic women. Just stop. Because they're not going to achieve nothing but cowardness. On that note, sign off. See you in a bit.